My partner and I run a product photography company, and we've come to understand that coming across as a small business isn't always a good thing. Not only can this make potential clients question your credibility, it also leads them to assume that you have limited resources, poor communication, and lack the ability to scale with them, leaving you with low-paying clients that only want one-off projects. In this video, I'm going to share with you 9 ways that you're making yourself look like a small business and exactly how we can fix them. Number 1 is to stop using the pronoun I and start using terms like we and my team. Not only does this imply that there's a collective effort going on, it leads one to assume that your business is more efficient and that there's a diverse set of skills going into this project. I'm not saying to make any big, bold claims about your business. Simply use a bit of psychology to paint a more positive picture of your business. I've seen job postings where people are requesting photographers with 10+ years of experience for absolutely no reason. It's simply because people think that a bigger company or more experience means better services, which is not always true, especially in today's day and age. So use your words to paint a superior picture of your company. Number 2 is to always be as descriptive and direct in your emails as possible. Not only does it make you sound more professional, but this can also save your ass later down the line if something goes wrong. For example, if you're discussing a project delivery date with a client, you might want to say, "I'll have that over to you by next week." But what you should say is, "We'll have that completed project over to you by next Wednesday." Not only did you change "I will" to "we will," which makes you sound more professional, as we just discussed, but you also gave a clear date of Wednesday. Whereas if you would have just said next week, the client's left to assume that you meant bright and early Monday morning. So when they wake up and their project is not in their inbox, they're a bit disappointed with you that you waited 2 days to get the project over to them. Consider giving clients specific dates, specific times, and a specific list of everything they can expect on those dates. The key difference between a small business and an established business is lack of communication. Don't leave your clients guessing, wondering, and assuming, because then they're going to end up being disappointed in the end and they will never hire you again. The third and most overlooked way that you're looking like a small business is by not having professional onboarding materials. What does your onboarding process even look like? Do you just chat on Instagram DM until they decide to snap their fingers, wake up, and hire you? What you should have is a client welcome packet. Before we get into that, it's important that you get your potential clients out of your Instagram DMs and into your email inbox. Emails are more professional, easier to keep track of, and most importantly, are the easiest way to send and share documents. As soon as you've got them in your inbox, it's now time to send them a welcome packet. This packet is meant to briefly outline you, highlight your services, and tackle the most commonly asked questions people have before hiring you. Presenting this information in a beautifully branded way gives the impression of an established business. For us as product photographers, people typically want to know how to send us their products, what our process is, and what our typical turnaround times are. By addressing these issues up front, you're saving a ton of time on communication and giving them the confidence they need to just go ahead and hire you. Small businesses often get ghosted a lot because they draw out the inquiry process. They spend too much time getting personal, not giving enough information up front, or just simply not understanding how to close the deal and move on to the next stage. I'll have a link down below to a welcome guide template that you guys can check out. Number 4 is having multiple payment options. Do not ask your client to pay you through your PayPal email. You honestly look worse than a small business. You look like a freelancer. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a small business or a freelancer, but if you want people to treat you and pay you like a 6-figure or even 7-figure business, then you have to act like one. I recommend making an account with Square. They'll allow you to take almost every single popular form of payment, from Amex, Visa, MasterCard, so much more, and even PayPal. We've integrated Square into our CRM system. That way we can send custom branded invoices, emails, and even contracts. So if you'd like to see a video on our CRM system, go ahead and drop a comment down below. But for now, let's take a break for just a second. Ask yourself, have you found any value at all at any point in this video? If the answer is yes, then kindly hit that thumbs up button down below and consider subscribing for more actionable tips and business advice. Now, let's jump to number 5, which is having branded email and website URLs. There's nothing more unprofessional than chatting with someone whose email is ilovecurlyhair873@gmail.com. At the very least, have your email say companyname@gmail.com or firstname.lastname@gmail.com. The optimal solution is to register a domain with Google Workspace so that your email says companyname.com. For example, mine is Brittany@mainstreammultimedia.com. It doesn't get more professional than that. To do this, it costs us roughly $288 a year for 2 users to have a domain Gmail account. I believe Google Workspaces does have a smaller subscription that's around $75 a year. I'll have the link to everything down below for you guys. I also used name.com to register our website domain, so mainstreammultimedia.com, and I believe it was only $10 for the first year. Since then, I've switched that subscription over to Squarespace. So now Squarespace is the domain holder, and that costs us only $20 a year. So if it's too expensive for you to have a branded email, at least just drop the 10 or 20 bucks and get yourself an actual domain, www.yourbusinessname.com. Number 6 is to have professional branding. Between the thousands of templates available on Etsy and Canva alone, there is absolutely no excuse for anyone to not have a logo in this day and age. If you don't have a logo right now, I want you to open up Canva, type in logo, pick anything that looks pretty and nice to your eye, and simply swap the text out with your business name. And that is it. This is so simple that I have nothing else to say on this topic. Number 7 is to invest in a high quality website. And again, in today's day and age, this should be super easy even for my not so tech savvy people. I recommend making an account with Squarespace, and from there, just using one of their pre-made website templates. All you have to do is open it up and fill in your own text, and you can publish your website as soon as you plug in your domain name. Having a polished website shows potential clients that your brand is legit and gives the impression of a more established business. A pro tip is to have your contact page very easy to see and visible. They should be able to see it within the first 15 seconds of opening your website. Failing to do this can result in a lot of lost business. Number 8 goes hand in hand with having a website, and that is to have testimonials on your website. Social proof is one of the biggest marketing strategies that bigger companies use to get a consistent flow of leads. These can help to highlight your strengths and solidify your credibility to potential clients, and even the smallest review can still resonate with someone, thus increasing your chances of getting business. And finally, we've made it to number 9, and that is to frequently update your website and social accounts with fresh content and work. This is because a regularly maintained online presence suggests a flourishing business. And if your business is flourishing, that must mean that your services work good, right? Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and stop back by for another video. Bye.